Welcome back to GROWTHSUP, the video blog and project for all those who hate selling but need to increase customers and revenue. If you need more customers but the thought of selling to them makes you feel stressed and uncomfortable, then this is where you need to be, where you can learn to increase customers and revenue without the hassle of selling scripts, processes or manipulative sales techniques, and you can feel good about yourself at the same time. My name is Bruce Lawson, author of GROWTHSUP, and this is my 12th tip to help you ensure that your growth's up. GROWTHSUP stands for Generating Revenue Without the Hassle of Sales Whilst Uplifting Performance. And in previous tips we've seen how that natural conversation, using the tools of a smile, nice chat, following the path, breaking through the noise, and the fundamentals of FCO2, focus, congruence and control, can help develop the model. Now, over the next several blogs, I'm going to introduce you to how we apply those tools and the model by taking you on a journey of discretion. This journey has 6 stations, and each station will take you and your customer closer to your goal of revenue growth and more customers. In this video blog and the next one, we're going to look at the first station on the journey, the station we call Discover. And here I thought it important to show you how you can even apply the model to help you find new resources and customers without feeling the pressure that is often associated in old style sales techniques of cold calling, aggressive marketing, prospect harboring, and to turn them into closes. Technology has created for any business, from plumber to programmer, carpenter to chartered accountant, a wealth of resources to find customers, market the business, and maintain contact with people interested in your product or service. It has also, as it has evolved and keeps on evolving, created almost too many channels, too much information, so it is hard to filter out some of it, to be able to focus on what is really important. The technique at this station of Discover is to use our model to make the acquisition of customers and resources as relaxed and hassle-free as possible, while utilising the technology to our advantage. Bearing in mind that our approach, the models, is focus on the individual. It's about respect, care and helping. It's not about quick fixes, rapid closes or exploitation. Whatever your business, whether it is retail in a small or medium-sized shop, or providing a service from an office or home, or anything in between such as click and pick, you have 2 major choices at this Discover station when it comes to finding extra resources and customers. You can either be passive or proactive. Being passive means you run your business in hope. You might be lucky, and if you're well established waiting for business to come, you may be sufficient. Yet, I suspect you wouldn't mind boosting your footfall or through flow of customers even in this case. Of course, referrals are the best way to get new business, and we'll look at them in more detail when we get to the last station on our journey, that of nurture. If you're a shop in the high street or business in a shopping centre, casual customers just walking in is important. But relying on just that resource could leave you short of the revenue you need, especially when it's possible to boost your pool of resources without hassle or stress. That is what I want to discuss at this station and how you can apply the model here. Using the internet and other resources divides itself also into passive and proactive. Let's get rid of the passive first, as it doesn't need our model to operate except in the design and placement. Passive is advertising. You put your ad out there and hope for a response. In the current environment, the good news is that you can put your advert out in a lot of places for free or minimal cost. The trouble is, it means you're waiting for someone to see it and act upon it. For completeness, I'm going to list some of the locations, depending on your business, that you might want to consider to place your ad in. Of course, it's not complete, as new players come on stream all the time. If you were looking at a global presence, you might look at Twitter or Facebook, LinkedIn or Instagram, Google or YouTube, or of course your own website. If you were looking at a national presence, you might also look at Yale or Thomson, national papers, or trade websites. You might even look at networking groups like Foursquare, For Networking, BNI and so on, or trade shows and exhibitions. And if you're looking purely local, again, you might look at Yale or Thomson, local websites, local networking groups, local papers with their websites and of course their hard copy, trade shows and exhibitions, shop windows, council offices, flyers and markets. This is not the place to go through in detail each of these options, as there are plenty of resources available on the web to help you. If you do have a specific question to ask me that you can't find an answer to, please feel free to email me at growthsup@gmail.com and I will of course endeavour to help you. That said, there are certain areas where our model and tools apply. We are looking to stimulate interest in us in a non-aggressive, positive manner, building connections for the future. So, according to our model, the ads you place should reflect that softer focus. You are stimulating interest, not grabbing an audience. So the GROWTHSUP model suggests placing ads where they can do long-term good. Facebook, websites, trade pages, for example, where at low or minimal cost you can build a reputation, a brand and an interest in a way that attracts customers positively, so that when they do connect, your natural conversation and nice chat will seem to be a seamless extension of the ads and communication you've already planted in the wider environment. There should be congruence from the start. In all your communications, from advertising and thought leadership pieces through to more proactive measures that we'll look at next, you want to create a smooth, flowing stream of consciousness, not a swirling, raging river running through the hazards of rapids and gorges. So, having briefly touched on the passive, let us now spend some time applying the model to the proactive acquisition of resources and customers. This comes under the generic heading Research in our Discover station, looking for the undiscovered customer. Many of the locations we mention in our list can also be used for proactive research, both to find the undiscovered customer and to make first contact, taking us to the second station on our journey, connect. Let us divide the research into local, national and global, physical and digital, and see how the model can help us in each environment. Let's look first at the local, physical. Local friends and colleagues. You may be aware that there is a concept that has been around a long time that I call the 3 circles of connection. The first circle is your closest family and friends. The second, business acquaintances and casual connections. And the third, the rest of the public in general. When researching to find that undiscovered customer, it's always best to begin with the inner circle and work out. I'm sure many of you will already come across this approach. However, it is amazing how many people, because of the fear engendered by old-style selling techniques, are afraid to approach what could be their most valuable resource. The good news is that using the GROWTHSUP model, you can practice having that natural conversation on a sympathetic audience and reconnect with your closest in a positive and non-threatening way. You might be amazed by the results. To practice your GROWTHSUP model, become relaxed and familiar with it, and to gain the greatest initial impact for your business, the first circle of your family and friends, where relevant, will provide you with an initial source of customers and revenue. This environment is the least difficult and most supportive to hone your skills and see the results. The second circle consists of your existing business contacts and more casual acquaintances. Again, because you already have a connection here, re-establishing communicating using this model in a relaxed, positive way should yield results more quickly and with less effort. If you're looking for an excuse to renew contact, then why not be honest and say that you're using a new model to help grow your business and would be grateful for their help and support while you develop it. Most people like to be consulted and needed, and this combined with the model's nice chat and relaxed atmosphere can greatly boost actual customers among existing contacts. The third circle is basically everyone else you can find and come into contact with. For example, people who call in. If you have a physical location, a shop or office, you will always have people just walking in. Obviously, it will be different if you have a coffee shop or a legal practice, a pub or a furniture shop. However, the model and the principle remains the same. All you are doing, whoever walks in, is aiming to have a natural conversation, that smile and nice chat, treating them as individuals with respect and interest and building that rapport. We will look at this in a lot more detail when we come to discuss our rapport station. The point is, every person who walks through your door is not just a potential customer, but also a potential ambassador for your brand. You never know who they are, what their connections might be, or how important they are. So, treat everyone the right way, and even if they don't buy, as long as they receive respect and good service, they will tell others. Apply the model and your business will maximize every opportunity and increase revenue accordingly. Just one story to illustrate the point. A friend of mine runs a coffee shop where I regularly visit. One day I was sitting there when a shabbily dressed but very polite elderly man came in. The staff treated him with respect, were considerate and made sure he was comfortable. Even though he only wanted a small coffee, they still treated him nicely. He stayed a while and left, thanking them, and they thought no more of it. The next week he came back with 10 other people who were down for a wedding of one of his grandchildren. They bought lunch, drinks, and spent a considerable amount of money. Not only that, but they put a message on Facebook about how much they liked the experience. The model is, you see, you never know where your business comes from, so treat everyone the same. Have that natural conversation, be focused, respectful, and interested. We will continue with the rest of this station Discover next time. We'll finish off the third circle of communication and look at local, national, digital and physical sources of discovery. So please, join me as our journey continues and we apply the GROWTHSUP model tools to the real world. Till next time, remember as always, if you start the day with a smile, the day will smile back. Till the next time, I'm Bruce Lawson. Thank you for joining me.